Hey friends, Peggy Hall here from thehealthyamerican.org. And we are just heading into the 4th of July weekend. And I would like to hear from you in a comment below what you are going to be doing to celebrate on this 4th of July. It is so incredible to me that there are going to be people with their faces covered, their facial features obscured, and they are going to be singing the national anthem, that they're going to actually be singing the words, land of the free and home of the brave. Okay, what does that mean to you? Think of those words, free, land of the free, home of the brave. So bravery is when you act in the face of fear. And the media and the government is fomenting fear, and they're doing it on many levels, and they're doing it mainly through confusion and deception and outright evil doing. And so I'm not even really going to call the person who's in the executive branch, I'm not going to call that person a governor, because the person is a tyrant by the dictionary definition, which is a person who uses power without authority. All right, there is no legal authority for these things that this tyrant is doing. Another word that comes to mind is a terrorist, because a terrorist is one who inflicts terror, and terror is trying to have the threat of violence and fear to gain control. And so just think about those. Am I off on those definitions? Maybe I am. If you would help me in a comment below. I want to share my screen because here in California, well, actually, let me back up. I just did a video where I showed that the governor of Illinois had a lawsuit against him, and it was found and declared in this court that the governor's use of extending his state of emergency was completely unlawful and invalid, which is what I have been saying since May 6th, which is when I made my first video, that the state of California state of emergency is invalid and unlawful. And we also have lawsuits against this tyrant. They're a little slower going than Illinois, apparently, but I am completely confident that we are going to have success, because the state of Illinois case is like a precedent. And so lawyers who are out there, please take a look at all of the charges that were brought against this governor tyrant in Illinois, and let's see how that can be included in a case against the tyrant here in California. I want to make it very clear what's going on with the beach closures. There are state beaches in California. They are run by the state, they're operated by the state. So the state can close the beaches, and that's exactly what they're doing. They are not closing city beaches, and they are not closing county beaches, and they are actually closing the parking lots of these state beaches. And it's highly unlikely that they are going to be sending out the California Highway Patrol to police the beaches. I suppose they could try. I think it's going to be very interesting. I want to share my screen. I'm going to show you exactly what's going on here. So here we go. And here we have a headline about the California beaches that are closed. And I want you to be very, very clear on the language. It says that this individual announced. That's different than he ordered. The language is important. They think that you don't know. They think that you are ignorant and you are not going to read beyond the headline. So I'm going to take you actually to the statement, the actual statement that let's see, we're going to go here. And this is where you can find out, even in your state, you can go to the office of the governor. That's kind of hard word for me to say. And you can click through, and I did a video on this very vomit-inducing, he's calling it a public awareness campaign, which means taxpayer dollars are paying for this. So please watch that video, but be prepared if you need to go vomit, because you probably will. So I just want to let you know about that. And then here's the executive order. So we're going to click through, and it actually explains that this executive order, people are going to say, well, he signed an executive order. It must mean that we have to wear a mask. No, this executive order, as I've said in most of my videos, so I hope you'll go watch them, no governor can order you to do anything, all right? A governor can only oversee the departments and the agencies in the executive branch. So that's what a governor does. And here's what he's doing. the order is ordering the departments and the agencies to modify some of their operations. So, for example, this is extending provisions that you can get your marriage license, video conferencing, okay, because that oversees the department that handles marriage licenses. So all of these orders have to do with regulations of the functioning of these departments and agencies. You can get your eligibility is waived. So that means you can participate in your Medicare without having to show your eligibility. And it's all about the functioning of the agencies. Let's look at the exact order, shall we? So here's the governor's order. And as I click through, holy smokes, he didn't sign it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, interesting. Let me go back. It says, here's the governor's order. And the text can be found here. A copy can be found here. Let's look here. All right. Here's a copy. Yeah, it actually looks like a copy. And it talks about the state of emergency was declared on March 4th. March, April, May, June, July. 4 months, no emergency, right? How do I know? Because he already declared the reopening phases and guidelines, and I have a video about that. You can't have recovery and an emergency at the same time, as we just saw in the state of Illinois, where that governor was told all of his orders are void. And that's what I'm working on here, you guys. You are helping me. Let's just cut to the chase here, because this is a bunch of gobbledygook. And basically, when you go through, you're welcome to look at it. Look at these photocopies. It is all about extending deadlines and regulations. And if you are a barber, for example, in California, you get an extra 3 months to renew your barbering license. That's what this is about. There is nothing whatsoever about masks, zero. And here he signed it on June 30th. It has not been attested to. So is that valid? I highly doubt it. So I'm going to sign off for now, everybody. I want to wish you a very happy 4th of July. Let me know how you're going to celebrate, and I will be back with you very soon. Join me at thehealthyamerican.org.